We're used to seeing you smile. Are there a number of reasons for the grin to be a little bit bigger these days, today specifically?
It's a good day for us. Good last 2 days. Excited to add another great player to our team, and good to see some familiar faces here.
When you start to think about how he'll fit with your group, what comes to mind?
I think anytime you add a top player, in the world, that will help your team, right? Talent wins games at the end of the day. So adding him will be really good. It's another guy that can, score when needed. He's a really good facilitator, and he'll fit right in with our group. He plays the way we want to play. I think he's like fourth in transition points or transition field goal percentage, and we play in transition better than anybody. So he'll be a really good addition to our group.
At the same time, you do have to say goodbye to Bruce and Jordan, but Bruce specifically, how did he impact you this season?
Yeah, we had a really good relationship. We still will maintain that. We talked yesterday on the phone for like 30 minutes after the trade. But yeah, somebody I grew really close with in a short period of time. And I think just been around a lot of great players and held me accountable when needed, and just somebody that I can really call a brother. That we were pretty close, so sad to see him and Jordan go. But I think they'll have a good opportunity in Toronto, and we'll see them on Valentine's Day. So I already told Bruce I'm gonna bust his ass on Valentine's Day. So it's exciting.
Tyrese, was you involved in any conversations, about this trade, anything, maybe pass a word along about Pascal?
Well, I mean, anytime they've committed to me long term, so I think that there was definitely, some dialogue between us if I felt that it would work, and I think me and Pascal obviously have a relationship, so I definitely was talked to about it for sure, and I think it's a good opportunity for our team.
Ty, how are you feeling?
I'm good. I'm ahead of schedule where I want to be, and whenever is the right time for me and the medical staff agrees, then I'll be back.
Is that surprising, given what maybe it felt like, what it looked like to be this far ahead?
Surprising? Yeah, I mean, in that moment, I think there's like a million thoughts that run through your mind, but after we got the diagnosis in the morning, our medical staff had a pretty good idea of where I'd be, and I'm right on schedule, in terms of what we thought internally. I mean, externally, it's easy to just say, oh, he'll be back after the road trip, but we thought that there was opportunity for me to come back maybe during this road trip, and so we'll see what it looks like.
And when you look about coming back here to Sac, I mean, it's one thing to see, make a player make his return, but you're doing so in an area where you're leading, votes in the West or in the East for guards. I mean, could you have even pictured that type of impact so quickly for yourself?
I mean, I think I dreamt of having that opportunity and being in this position, and definitely been a whirlwind over the last few years, but that's the exciting part about the NBA and the exciting part of growing up and becoming an adult in the NBA. You don't really know, what to expect, or you have dreams and of what you want to do, but as time goes on, you realize that it's a possibility, and so it's cool to be able to do that. It's always cool to be here, see familiar faces, and just reminisce. My family's in town. They want to go drive by my old house, see what it looks like for some reason, so we're going to do that later, but just exciting to be back for sure.
To go back to Pascal, I mean, obviously you played against him a bunch, you know him really well. I mean, just what do you like about his game? I mean, what stands out to you about the way he can score, the way he can defend, the fact that he is a two-way player? Just tell me more just about what he does that stands out that you.
Yeah, I think that he's able to score. He's done everything in this league. He's won a championship, been an All-NBA guy, been an All-Star. He's been able to achieve those things. He's been around other great dudes, so I look forward to forming a relationship with him and forming a partnership on the floor. Him being able to teach me things as well. He's been around great guards in this league and seeing how they've been able to impact the game, and so I'm looking forward to growing that partnership. And I think that there's things that we can both help each other with, and I think that we can flow off each other well. He can bring the ball up and handle, and I can move to playing off the ball a little bit more with him on the floor. And I think just, obviously there's the pick and roll capabilities, but I think just being able to get on transition off rebounds, either of us can bring the ball up. And I think he's a very underrated playmaker. He's averaging like 6 assists or something right now. He's top 10 for wings. So I'm looking forward to getting him here, and I think it'll be really fun.
How important is the defensive piece too? I mean, he's obviously a guy that gives you somebody with that kind of size that can defend some of the guys that have hurt you.
Yeah, I mean, it's no secret that forwards have, especially early in the year, had a kind of a feeding frenzy with us, him included.
Right.
I think he had like 30-something about us at Indy. So I think it's exciting to add him, and anytime you get another wing, it helps. I mean, at the end of the day, today's a wings league. You guys see the value that every wing in the NBA has when it comes to trade talk or whatever. Everybody's fighting to get a long wing that can defend and knock down threes, and well, he can do all that and more. So, we've got a player that every team in the NBA wants, and I think it'll be really fun.
You're obviously a guy who pays attention to this trade stuff in general, just as a fan, as somebody who really cares about the NBA. I guess if you weren't on this team, how would you look at this deal?
Well, I've definitely got a lot of calls from people in NBA circles talking to me about it, excited for me for the opportunity. I think that everybody sees that it's a very natural fit for us, and it's going to fit seamlessly with the way that we play. And I think everybody's talked about, adding another guy to our team, like, one of the guys. And I think Pascal's a guy, so I'm excited about that.
Did Isaac have a little bit?
Tyrese, your name's been attached to superstars.
You said what?
You're going to see your old house. Any place you're going to go eat or anything where you got to?
I went to Crew last night. Probably gonna go check out Fixins for lunch. That's a good spot. But yeah, go see my crib. There's not really, Doko, a little Jumbo over there maybe, but that's like a chain spot. But yeah, definitely, I'm gonna try to check out Fixins for lunch.
Is it tough to not? If you don't play, was this one you were really looking forward to? Is this going to always be one you're looking forward to make a return here and play well?
Well, yeah, I would love to play here because it's fun. There's friends over there and stuff like that, and I just want to play in any game. So yeah, I definitely wanted to play in this game, but can't control everything. We'll play them again, so it's not that big of a deal.
Your name been attached to superstar status. How do you feel about that?
That's for you guys to decide. It's not for us to decide as players, or I don't have any control over that. So that all runs with what fits in narratives. I just play basketball.
Last week we heard you'd be evaluated after the road trip. Then you practiced yesterday, and you could maybe even return this weekend. How did you get to this point so fast?
Well, I think publicly you say you reevaluate after, but we reevaluate every day. We have the best medical staff in the NBA. That's no secret to anybody who's ever been around our organization, and they've done a great job of, being on me to take care of my body and helping me with treatment and stuff like that. I've spent a lot of time in the treatment room, in the weight room, all that stuff, trying to get stronger, be ready to go. So, yeah, that's definitely the plan to get back by the end of the road trip. And we'll see what happens.
Did Isaac have a little bit more for you today?
Yeah, for sure. Don't gas him up, though.
Quick segue. Last year around this time, you had about 500,000 All-Star votes. Now you currently have 2.7 million. What's your thought on that, the process of what that goes into it? How does it feel to get that much love and support from the fans?
Yeah, it's an unbelievable feeling. That's the coolest part about the NBA is the fans and the interactions we have with fans. The best part about where I'm at right now is going on the road and seeing my jersey on the road in random places. That means the world to me. That's so cool, especially where I come from. That's not a thing that can happen. So the fans have been amazing. The love that I and this team have received all year has been awesome. So we just want to keep rolling with that, and to have that opportunity to represent the Pacers in the All-Star game would mean the world to me. So hope it's looking like it's a high possibility, but we'll see.
What do you like it fixing? Oxtails or catfish?
Catfish. Man, I don't know. All the above. The mac and cheese is good. Yeah, Kool-Aid. Come on, I ain't had Kool-Aid since I probably left here. So I'm definitely gonna order that. So.
Any update on Tyrese?
He's not playing tonight.
Or just his progress?
Progress is steady and consistent, but there's no set timetable. So he was upgraded to questionable yesterday, which means he's doing better. So that's good news. But there's no specific game that's being targeted right now.
He has jumped to #1 in fan voting. What do you see as a combination of things? Game, popularity rising, what he did in season. Is there one thing in particular why you think he's gaining so much popularity?
Combination of a lot of things. The type of player that he is, #1. His infectious spirit is another thing. He makes guys better. He makes spectacular plays, and he's very consistent. All those things I think have impressed a lot of people that are voting. So it's great to see. It's well deserved.
So obviously Pascal, seems like he fits a lot of things that you guys need. And certainly you've been complimentary, I think, every time you've ever talked about him. Just your thoughts just on this deal and the player that you're adding.
Yeah, we like him very much. Been a long time admirer. He has some unique skills at the 4 position. I even believe he could play some 3. And I know he can play some small ball 5. I've just heard many great things about him as a person, as a professional, as a worker, as a teammate. Obviously, he's been a multiple All-Star, multiple All-League, so he's done it at a high level, and we think we're getting him at a perfect time in his career, and situation where as I mentioned yesterday, guys that have come to Indiana in the last 2.5 years have almost all experienced great jumps in their career trajectory, playing in our system, playing with Tyrese, playing with our point guards. So I believe it's a really good opportunity for him and for us, obviously. And so we're excited to have him come on board.
To delve a little further, what do you, again, I know you've been a big fan in general, but what do you like about him, particularly on each end? I mean, offensively, it just seems like he has a very wide skill set. As you said, he can play a bunch of positions, score a bunch of different ways. Just what do you like about an offense? And also seems like he can defend the guys that you need to defend on defense. Well,
he has length. He's an experienced guy that's defended a lot of great players over the years. Rebounding is very good. But the fit with Tyrese as a 1-2 punch is something that makes a lot of sense to us, and I think to him too. And I don't know that he's played with a true space 5 man in his career yet. So that's something that can help give him more space to operate in the lane and the paint, etc. So it's an exciting time. No two ways about it. We're looking forward to getting him. I believe he has been cleared. I believe the trade is complete. Getting him joining the team and then seeing what we can get him to play.
Do you have a timetable on that? Yeah.
Don't know for sure, no.
Is there a chance he makes it out on the trip, or is it more likely that it's...
We'll let you know. We'll let you know. Certainly hope so. We got 3 games left.
Right.
6-game trip. The last 3 are coming pretty quick. But we're excited to have him join us. He will join us on the trip somewhere at some point, yes.
Myles, I know in-season trades are always hard because you're saying goodbye to others and welcoming in some. What's the feeling inside the team right now?
Very optimistic. I think that everybody sees it as a win now, move, and I think organizationally, I think it was a great move for us and whatnot. It was tough to see someone like Bruce with that championship experience and just a great dude that he was, go. Another younger dude in Jordan, who was obviously a great scorer and someone who was great for the locker room to go as well. But, I think they understood, what the deal was, and kind of excited to get back to work.
There's a lot of anticipation for how you can fit alongside Pascal. What are your thoughts on that?
I think we both open each other's game up. I think teams can't necessarily, guard me with the smaller guys anymore because they can't guard him with the bigger guy and vice versa. And I think he needs someone to space the floor for him so he can I'll be able to operate and get downhill. And I personally need someone that's able to help off of me and get my open shot. So I think it just is a win-win.
You are someone that's all about defense as well. How can he improve the defense?
Well, he's a 6'9", big wing. I think that was a hole or a void we were trying to fill, just at the beginning of the season with our defense and whatnot. And he comes in right away and is able to fit in. We have a very free-flowing offense, and I think something that he'll have an easy time adjusting to.
Do you like the creativity of a small market franchise? You had to go get something. You can't always depend on free agency. And that's what they did with Tyrese, and that's what they did here.
Yeah, no, I think it was it's an exciting move, but a big move at the same time. Just to have some of the all-star resume, 20-point-a-night score to come into an organization, like this, and especially one that's building and trying to get to the place that he's been before. So I think it was a very big move for us and big for the fans as well.
What do you think about Tyrese's rise in popularity, all the votes he's getting? And there's a lot of circumstances probably behind it, but what do you think is the key reason why now all of a sudden NBA fans are like, we love this guy?
Well deserved. He's easy to root for. I think he's a very likable guy. And obviously his game speaks for itself. He's someone who wants to get others involved. And, he'll score if he has to, but he really gets off on just getting guys going and whatnot. And guys all around the league want to play, with a guy like that. I'm blessed and fortunate enough to be in a position to play with a point guard like himself. And I just think that I think his character, he's a very high character guy, so it's very easy to root for him.
How good do you think you guys can be now?
I feel like sky's the limit for us now. I really feel I've been to the playoffs before, and I've seen what it feels like. But now you want to get past that first round. You want to advance, and I think it speeds our timeline up quite a bit.
To go back to basketball, what just stands out to you about him as a competitor? You've obviously played against him a bunch. What is, in your time playing against him, what's impressed you about him as an offensive player and as a defensive player?
First of all, he's a two-way player. I mean, he's someone that can really hurt you, offensively because he gets downhill, draws a lot of attention, draws fouls, and defensively just long, athletic, and can guard, pretty much 2 through 4, 2 through 5, and within our system, that's something that's going to be very helpful, going down the stretch.
What type of challenges does a big like Domas present, especially considering the fact that you know him pretty well?
Domas is someone who can hurt you with the pass and hurt you scoring as well. Usually it's one or the other when it comes to bigs, but he's a big, strong, physical dude as well. He wants to, get others involved, and it just presents some defensive challenges when it comes like your system and whatnot.
Is it fun for you to go back against him, considering you know him? Does it add motivation at all?
Fun is more the word for it, just because we spend so much time together and we both know each other's games, pretty well, and you go and just lay it out there and compete. The same thing we do in practice, so it wasn't nothing, nothing added, I would say.
Jared's got some run this week and maybe could even again tonight. What do you try to do to help him along, and what advice have you given him now he's got some playing time?
This is exactly what he needs, man. He got his feet in the fire. You really can't draw it up any better than this. You can try to show, younger dude film and let him get his reps 3-on-3, but just be out there in the fire and playing, getting that experience early is what you need. There's no other way around it.